Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Goaltending, where your why is bigger than your excuses. Today, we have an all-time favorite guest of the podcast, Aaliyah Bland.
Hi, everybody. I hope you had a great day.
Aaliyah, it's so good to have you back. The last time you were on the show was in January. We are now in July, which I believe is one of your favorite months of the year.
It is.
Why is it one of your favorite months of the year?
Because it's my birthday month and it's summer.
Woo woo. So, big happy birthday to Aaliyah. And let's just start right there. You're turning 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the big 8. And so, let's talk about just first, let's reflect on some cool things that you did or learned while you were 7. And then what some goals you have for your 8th year of life.
So I learned, I think it's called division. It could
And multiplication?
No, it's division or multiplication.
Okay.
But I learned it with my teacher. Her name is Miss Weekly. She's really nice. So, and my goal is getting my back handspring.
All right. And we already started working toward that goal today, didn't we?
Yeah, because I just got back like a few hours ago from back handspring camp. That was really fun.
All right. So how'd that go? What was the approach at camp to learning the back handspring? Because that's something you haven't really worked on before, right?
So whenever you do it, like you want to make sure that so she said that it's really crazy, like it's like no one knew it. There's only 2 people there, so yeah. But you have to use your hips in a back handspring.
Yeah.
You have to use your I think it's your shoulders. And you want to make sure that like you have to have like a really good flexibility in your back.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have.
Yeah, I think you got that part down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. So we've got some good starting points. It was just a 1-day camp. We don't have the back handspring down yet, but we've got a good starting point, right?
Yeah, we do.
We'll use that as our foundation.
The only thing that I really have to do is learn how to jump by myself and learn how to land.
And learn how to land it.
Okay. Because the way that we were landing there, we were landing in like a push-up position. So I kind of call it a plank.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, it was hard landing in that position.
So let me ask, did you feel like uncomfortable at all since this was something kind of new? How'd you feel going to the camp and getting started?
I was excited. I was a little nervous, like that I was kind of gonna fall and hurt myself. But I did it, and I don't have it yet, but I just need to keep practicing, and I'll finally get it.
Boom.
And also this year, am I dancing? I am doing a solo.
Uh-oh. We're jumping right ahead. Okay, let's go to this. First, before we get into the dance goals for next year, let's talk about what happened this past dance season. So we just got back from nationals not too long ago. We set some goals for that. Talk about how you performed at nationals, how you feel about it, and your progress with dance this past season.
So I think I did really good. I think the judges did too on 3 of my dances, because there's this thing called the gala, is where you get to redo your dances, and then if your dance is really good, perfect kind of, well, not really perfect, but it's really good and stuff, then you get to get this cool banner. Last year we got 3rd place, and we got to go to the gala, and we got the 3rd place banner. This year we got 3 of our dances in there, and none of them got one of those big banners. But it's okay. We still got a tiny one. I got to keep one of them.
Well, so I will say the gala is the top dances selected from all of the dances submitted. So you're already selected among the top dances and then competing against the best ones there are, which is tough. And so none of them placed in the gala, but to have 3 out of 6 dances make it, pretty awesome, right? So how do you feel about your progress individually throughout dance for the season?
Wait, this season or last season?
This past season.
I think I did really well. I do need to work on some things.
Mm-hmm. Always.
And I think practice makes better, so I just need to keep practicing and I'll get mostly everything down.
Yeah.
And right now I have 7 dances, but my mom is going to make it down to 6 at least.
Yeah. We might get that down since we're taking on a solo, right?
Yeah, including my solo, it'd be 7.
So I want to go back to something you said, because that was a proud dad moment. You said practice makes better. So when I was growing up, I always said practice makes perfect. That's what everybody always said. But in order to become perfect, you have to practice perfectly. And because we're still learning when we're practicing, we're never necessarily practicing perfect. Therefore, perfection is not necessarily attainable. Just my opinion. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
But so I picked up later in life that practice makes it better. As long as we continue to practice, we can continue to improve. And that's what it's about, is making those improvements. So I love that you said practice makes it better.
And you can really never be perfect. No one's ever perfect.
Right. That's a high standard to hold on to try to get there. So we just focus on being happy with improvements.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay. So speaking of improvements, now we're going to talk about next season. You already mentioned, we gave the highlight of Aaliyah's taking on her first solo dance.
Can I say one more thing about last season?
Please do.
So at our end of the year show, so my parents already knew, like they had to keep the big secret from me. I got this really cool award for like spreading like joy around the dance studio, and it was like a really, really big moment for me.
Yeah. So first off, mommy and daddy tears. We were crying. It's a really special award. It's called the Legacy Award. And it's to honor a mother's daughter who grew up in the studio, started dancing when she was 3 years old, and just loved and embodied the spirit of dance. Put joy and smile on other people's faces, and unfortunately, she passed away after dancing in college. And so her mother started this Legacy Award as something to honor her daughter's memory and that spirit, to keep it alive. And so they select one dancer each year from the studio who embodies that spirit that she saw in her daughter. And so for Aaliyah to be selected for that, such a special, special moment. We had to keep it a secret for, I think, at least like a month. It was a little over a month. We had to keep it a secret, and it was so hard. But really can't express how proud we are. Such a good job.
Thank you.
And what was really cool is to see you in your appreciation of the award, to be honored by the impact that you made. Very cool to see. So let's move into next year.
Yep.
So let's talk about what we're taking on and what things we want to try to focus on learning and improving. Like, what goals are we going to set for next year?
I'm going to practice way more than I did this year. Like, I didn't practice at all. But I'm going to practice this year, definitely.
All right.
I'm really excited for my solo. So I'm doing it with our hip-hop teacher. Her name is Miss Simone. She is a ladybird.
Woo, woo, go Cards.
They do a thing like every year since Miss Simone's a ladybird. And we get to, what's it called?
Spirit Day.
They do Spirit Day, and we get to like go to a football stadium, like learn a dance, and we'll get pizza for lunch. And then we perform that dance in front of, like on the football stadium, in front of thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
Back to my goals for next year.
It sounds like one goal is to have a lot of fun and get pizza at Spirit Day next year. So we'll go ahead and set that as a goal. Rock out, have a bunch of fun at Spirit Day. We're going to practice more. Mm-hmm. Well, since we weren't practicing at home, really, not hard to beat that. But how about we set some intentionality to that? How many days do you want to do extra practice at home, or how much time do you want to commit each week to extra practice time at home?
About 20 minutes.
Per week? Mm-hmm. Okay.
At least like once on Friday and once on Monday.
Okay. And part of that'll depend on like what your dance schedule is. So you're saying practice on days when you don't have dance scheduled that evening? Yeah,
which will probably be like Friday.
Okay. Well, I like that. So we've got an amount of time we want to allot each week to make sure that we practice on days that we don't have dance class. Mm-hmm. I like it. Okay. You got anything else?
So I'm going to do a challenge for next week. I don't think I want to manage it.
Well.
No sugar for 1 week.
For a whole week. Now, I got to point something out because you were telling me you were going to share this challenge, but you're starting off automatically with saying, I don't think I'm going to make it.
That's because I love sugar. I love sugar.
All right. This is daddy lesson moment. The daddy lesson is whenever we're starting off toward a goal, we have to believe we can do it. If we're intentional about it and we really want it, we can absolutely do it if we make it non-negotiable.
And we try.
And so what I mean by non-negotiable is that means no matter what, we're going to stick to it. And then we don't give ourselves an option to choose anything but what it is that we want to achieve. So if we say no sugar, then all we have to do is set in our mind, no matter what, I'm not having sugar because I want to achieve this goal. Yeah. And so having sugar is not even an option that week. What do you think?
Yeah.
If we take that approach, do you think it's more achievable?
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to do the no sugar challenge with me, y'all are welcome.
Okay. So you have an invite to do the no sugar challenge next week. That means I want you all to comment that you're in, and then I want you to comment again at the end of the week on whether or not you achieved it.
It's for next week, so no worrying about it over the weekend and the rest of this week. It's for next week.
Next week. All right. Set the date. When I post this, I need you to comment you're in, and then I want you to comment at the end of the week that you made it.
Yeah. No.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, Aaliyah, do you have anything else you want to share before we close out?
Nope.
All right.
I just hope y'all had a great day today.
Oh, I love it. Well, Aaliyah, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for tuning in, allowing us to be a part of your journey. Please go like, subscribe, comment with your thoughts and questions to join the conversation, and let's grow.